and they store it away. And every single letter and word with the Mickey dots, the vowel pointing, that to carry out and to carry on and to bring to remembrance how the language is spoken then and how it ought to be spoken now. It has been preserved. And when they found it, they saw that that which we have and that which what they copy from the scrolls to the Septuagint, and they created what we call the Bibles that we know, it has been authenticated and it ought to be what? Verifiable. There are no the only similarity, the differences in it is that the valves, certain valves, because we know this is a valve, okay? What has happened to the valve? What happened to the valve? The valve, in certain places, it had broken valves. In certain places, it had enlarged aleph and minuscule aleph. And those were the difference. That's what the difference in some of the scrolls. And they ask, why is these difference? And these differences of great importance. However, it's to show the scholarship of and the preservation of the text as it was written and recited amongst the people of the day. So now we're seeing that Yeshua is communicating with these men. And these men, it's not that they didn't know what he was doing on the floor. They saw what he wrote. When he got up and he said, him who is without sin, what? Him is without hata. Remember what is hata? What is hata? Sin, dysfunctionality. Him who is without hata, cast the first stone. What happened? Did anyone cast any stone? What he did now, when he wrote the het on the floor, and then he put the yod, which speaks about life. And this here, this is in the non-construct state. So now it's like in the present tense, because now around that time we're talking about, this is AD 100, between that time. So we're looking at, this is in the first, like say AD 31, 32, because this is when Christ was alive, right? So we're looking at AD 32. So now he's writing on the floor. Good. So now we already have these block texts in, but I believe he's writing in, regardless of what text, which one of the texts that he used, the modern, the middle, or the ancient, it will show exactly where he is addressing or what he's addressing right now. So when he wrote Het Yod, what he is saying right there, this is life. This is, all of you have this life. And this life, how are you all now responding to this life? And now, as he wrote this, he rose up and he said, him who is without sin cast the first stone. And he continued to write on the floor. And remember last week I said, he now took the what? The place of the husband and say, I am going to be a husband to this woman. Because where was her husband? He wasn't there. And the only one could bring some sort of justice or prevent this woman from being what? Destroy is her husband. He now could say, I forgive her. I forgive her. And she could declare, I repent. I repent. However, what literally is taking place here, as he stooped down and he wrote again, now it brings their focus even closer. So now this here is like in the, it's a noun. And a noun in itself has no what? Action. And now Yeshua is going to put some action to this word. Because they are accustomed to these language. Now, in Hebrew, to make this word action, you need another word. You need a causative, in a causative sense. And to make this causative, and him who now is causing this life, who alone the Jews know to cause life? Yahweh. Yahweh alone could cause life to be. And the law clearly states, if anyone should break these laws, they shall be put to death. And now Yeshua, he is saying, because when he stooped back down on the floor, what he did? He put a hay in front of this. High hay. High hay. And what this hay is saying, I am the one that is causing her to live. So now when he wrote this on the floor, I believe that he is literally telling each and every one of them, I am him who the prophets spoke of, and I am here to let you all know that each and every one of you, everything that you're doing, the status function of each and every individual was declared by Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh. And a status function is, what is a status and what is a function? A status is what? A status is the position of an individual in relation to another or others. A status is the position of an individual in relation to another or others, especially in regards to social or professional standing. So the status, so now this woman is standing here and she's accused of being a what? An adulteress. So what is threatened? Her life. So now the status of that woman and what they want to take from her is what? Her life. But who alone could take life? Who alone ought to take life? Yahweh. Yahweh is the only one to take life, and our life need to go through the process of what? The time that we have been allotted. But does Yahweh take our life?
No.
He doesn't. What takes our life? What takes our life? The environment that we live takes our life. The environment, this cause and effect, the effect of our nature, we are what? Being destroyed every single day. We are all suffering with what we call chest-to-drawers disease. Everything from our chest will go into our drawers. Chest-to-drawers disease. And we can't get away from it because as we are young, we firm up. But as we get older, don't matter how we try to firm up, everything goes down. The laws of gravity and all these laws are there in order to show us that there is a what? Appointed time for us to live and exist on this earth. And we must perform as we were designed to function. So the status function of every person is the kind of action or activity proper to purpose to a person, thing, or institution. That's the function. The kind of action or activity proposed to a person, thing, or institution, the purpose for which something is designed or exists. This woman, as she was caught in adultery, she was carrying out a function in which she was designed for. But was it right? No, it wasn't right. And the objective of the Jews was to what? What to restore these people in the right way so that they don't continue therein. However, they were carrying out the what? the letter of the law. So they didn't use the what? They didn't use their mind. And what Yeshua is saying right there, Yeshua is saying, you got to bring everything right where? To the first line of defense. And if this woman is caught in adultery, she should be viewed through the eyes of the Father. She shouldn't just be put to death. She shouldn't just be destroyed, but she should be viewed as a person that has potentiality to do what? To change. And why she's in this predicament is as a result of all you men who have been what? Circumcised. And because now you know that you're cut off because of that identification mark that you have on your penis, you want to cut her off. Based upon your rites, your rituals, and your pious environment. So now what Yeshua is saying, right here, when he wrote, Heyecha, Heyecha, I am the one that caused life to be. That is what this word is saying. I am the one that caused life to be. And this in itself, when they saw that, they literally now, what they did? They dropped the stone one by one. And what they did? They left. They left her in the presence of Yeshua. So now, just as how Yeshua addressed the philosophical bias in the minds of those now who were willing to destroy this woman's life, we in today's 21st century, he didn't address a social structure. He did not address her social standard. He didn't address that her need for money or her need to survive or anything to do with her social structure.